Wait.
And they did it with not just one backup quarterback.
No, they didn't.
I swear.
You're lying.
3 touchdown passes in a game
Shady.
for the first time this season. Not just
Chase, we're 13-3. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Touchdown passes?
We're 13-3.
Hurts never thrown 3 touchdowns this year.
Chase, we're 13-3.
Take it easy.
Just asking for a friend.
Your friend is notified. Tanner McKee, the third-string quarterback, threw 2 touchdown passes. Kenny Pickett, the backup quarterback,
Yeah, it is.
1 touchdown pass.
Sorry, Acho.
James, what is so funny? What is so funny?
The quarterback.
What you say, James?
He's like, hold on, man.
I didn't know that stat. You usually don't give those great of stats. I love those stats. Like Jalen Hurts hadn't thrown 3 touchdowns this year. That's fine. He wins by his legs, too.
He does.
That is true.
Either way,
I'm not disrespecting.
You can't. See, this is what you can't do, because you're my friend and we work on the desk.
I'm your friend.
I keep it
Thank you,
real.
Shady.
Like, my thing is, we're 13-3, and we're fighting potentially for number 1 seed.
No, y'all are too.
Well, we're just praying. All right?
It's impossible.
But, I mean, Jalen Hurts, he's taking his team to the Super Bowl. So he might not throw the ball the way he like.
He's throwing it better.
But then you like Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, though.
Balling.
And them guys are like
That's true, yeah.
average. They're average people, even
this
in
year.
football.
So, Shady, you impressed. How impressed with the Eagles blowout win?
It was great. Think about this for a second, though. Your backup playing, our backups are playing.
Plural.
You lost, we blew you out. Anytime you can play against the Cowboys and blow them out like that, it's amazing. You know what? It's funny. The end of the third quarter going to the fourth quarter, I said, wow, look at the defense. They're quitting. The Eagles and the Cowboys are a rivalry.
Yeah.
Right? That's why earlier I asked you, like, out of your teams,
sure.
which one you play on the team the most? Because, no matter, I'm retired for a couple years now, and it's always forget the Cowboys, right? BBB Cowboys. It's always that. And my thing is, we blew them out. Swept and blew them out. So it always feels good. And another thing is, this year I'm noticing the Cowboys topics, y'all want to like smooth it over because they're not that good and their quarterback's not there and Mike McCarthy might get fired. And y'all are being really nice about it. I'm not. I'm treating the Cowboys the same way when they were 12-5, 12-5, 12-5 to today. So yes, it felt great to get bullied in Philadelphia. Us going to the playoffs, y'all going home.
Cabo.
Fourth quarter, y'all quitting though. Fourth quarter, 22K Saquon. I'm trying to make his name all day. Anyway, Saquon getting 2,000 yards on the Cowboys?
Yeah.
You kidding me? Yes, great day for Eagles, for sure.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Do not waste this roster. That is what I took from the game. Do not waste this roster. Not only a backup quarterback went in there and balled, the third-string quarterback went in there and balled. The statistic I left out, the Eagles quarterbacks this year have never had a passer rating as high as they had yesterday. Ever. Jalen Hurts.
Hey, hold on, man.
You're making it worse for me, dog.
Like you sitting up here, like, hold on, Acho, because you're sitting up here with straight faces, like saying these stats, like we don't know who the starting quarterback is.
You're making it worse.
Though. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback, and the stats that you are giving us right now is just like,
What are we doing?
I was just saying, like, the 3 touchdown passes, no picks. We haven't seen that all year. 141 pass rating, we haven't seen that all year. So I say that to say this Eagles team is incredible. And they did this without their starting quarterback. Now you plug in an all-pro quarterback to a team that can do that without an all-pro quarterback. Come on now. Like, Eagles, don't waste this roster. Don't waste this roster. This is a year. Do not waste this roster. Chase, go.
Yeah.
I'm not even doing anything. I was quiet. Look, so I just want to make sure. Kellen Moore's offense has never had a 3-touchdown passer this year.
No,
sir.
Not this year.
Look, I don't think it's that impressive. The win. I think their roster is extremely impressive. I think they're going to be like you said, write them in pin in the NFC Championship game. I would write them in pin for the Super Bowl. I think they're that good. And like what Shady was saying, sure, I'll give you a little bit. It was a rivalry game. You're playing against a JV team, guys. Like I'm glad you went out there and did what you did with backup quarterback. I didn't know the Eagles had 3 quarterbacks that could play. And then obviously Saquon in the second half took over 160-something yards rushing. So my thing is, like, this game, you could have lost this game, and it wouldn't have changed my mind for you because, you didn't have Jalen Hurts. I do think, though, when this roster's healthy, I think Jalen Hurts can learn a few things from just sitting because of the concussion, right? I highly doubt he plays next week. The one thing I want him to learn, throw the ball to A.J. Brown even when he's covered. Throw the ball to Devonta Smith when he is covered. Let Saquon do his work. it was a perfect job by Tanner McKee in 2 tight situations, just a little in route to Devontae and then a one-on-one fade ball with AJ. It's not hard. Like, you add that to the game, and I think he's probably going to rest this week. I think they're going to be unstoppable.
It was very, very, very impressive.
Thank you, James Jones.
In my humble opinion. We've all played this game for a lot of years.
I have.
And it's probably maybe on one hand that we can say where we just blew somebody out in the National Football League. It is hard to blow people out in the National Football League. I don't care if backups after backups after backups is out there. It's hard to blow somebody out, especially a division game. And then you get your backup quarterbacks in the game, balling, throwing touchdowns. It let me know a couple things. It let me know that the players around you matter.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't be worried about how much money we pay the quarterback because the players around you matter. And we're seeing that with Baker Mayfield. We're seeing that with Sam Darnold. And we're seeing that with the backup quarterbacks from Philadelphia with all the weapons that they have. Really good football team. I mean, my man, Tanner McKee, that's his name?
Yes, it is.
2 touchdown passes, only 5 attempts.
3 drives, I think.
What? Kenny Pickett played well too, guys.
Kenny Pickett.
One rushing, 1 pass.
Kenny Pickett did play well, but I'm just saying, like, that just lets you know the star power they have on this team. Plug in a quarterback, the star power we have on this team, we will make you look good at the quarterback spot. We don't really got to change what we call it in Kellen Moore. Hey, get in there. We got these playmakers around you. We got the running back. We got the pass game, the receivers. This is a special football team, and it was a special victory to go out there in a division opponent and blow them out with your backup quarterbacks as well. I thought it was impressive. Very impressive.
I thought Kenny Pickett was a dog, though, because it's always hard for a backup quarterback that had never played all season long to go in and to start a game, especially you get a painkiller injection before the game, you get a painkiller injection for his ribs at halftime to just go out there and try to play. It's always hard for a backup quarterback, but when you have that much talent around you, it's sort of expected.
Hey, what I will
like
say,
that.
though, too, what I credit Kenny Pickett was, they brought a lot of blitzes at him.
Yeah.
And he stood in that pocket and delivered that ball. One thing about running none, Smitty, I know you about to get to this spot. AJ, I know you getting to this spot. He played well.
You know, went to school at. Where do you go to school at, fellas?
I don't know.
Pittsburgh.
Let me ask you this real quick, Shady, because you're the man with the mic right now. The most important thing for the Eagles is not playoff seeding. That's done. The most important thing for the Eagles is not winning next week. That's irrelevant. The most important thing for the Eagles franchise is the history we could literally all be witnessing here right now. Yeah. Saquon Barkley breaking Eric Dickerson's record. I believe, Andy, he is 101 yards away from breaking the record. He went for 160 yesterday. He can probably get 101 in the first half if they commit to it. Lane Johnson, former teammate of all 3 of us here at the desk, he said, look, Eric Dickerson, Saquon Barkley, let them live alone. We wanted to make sure he got to 2K. Shady, you know more than anybody on national television how important this conversation we're having right now is. Should the Eagle push for Saquon's rushing record? Why or why not?
Absolutely. You know how hard it is to get 2,000 yards? Do you know how hard it is to get 2,100 yards? All the greatest players, running backs of all time, right? It's only been 8 of them.
8.
Wild.
Right?
History of the game.
Crazy.
Come on, to get 2,000 yards? And now you have a chance to even break that and get 2,100 yards? Eric Dickerson. Don't know a lot about him, but I do know he was a really, really good player, right? I watched him, his tapes and all that. My family, they loved him. He's a really good player. And he has a record for almost 40 to 50 years. Really, really good. A lot of young kids don't know who that is, right? It's all about resetting the market, right? And now Saquon is still a young kid where he breaks his record and he holds it for another, 20, 30, 40 years because it's that hard of a record to break. Now you got all these kids following that now. Only thing is with the Saquon thing is like, you got to have some luck. You got to have some talent. Yeah. He got one of the best offensive lines.
You got to have some luck.
He got one of the best offensive lines in football. Probably the best I've ever seen in the Philadelphia Eagles, for one. 2 is, it's hard to get a running back with that type of talent. Yep. It's hard to find a little Saquon Barkley. It's hard to do that. Yep. Okay? That's why he had such a big name, right, from college. So now you put the line with him, and you got health. Saquon's been injured a couple years in his career. And offensive linemen are never just, the whole 5 are just healthy. It don't happen like that. Okay, the wide receivers, for the most part, they all play, so you can't have everybody always in the box. You have some really good wide receivers. Everything has worked out. Now, the last thing we need to work out is the coach to call number 26 out there and let him get them yards. And the last thing before you go chase, God don't make mistakes. So the team that let me go, the GM that signed off on that, the place that drafted me said I wasn't good enough to stay. You rather keep Daniel Jones than keep me. I get to break the record on y'all.
Against the Giants.
And the question we having today is if he should get the record or not. Y'all answer that question yourself.
I don't think there's any way they should let him go out there. I love the history being made. I'm just being completely honest. And one of the main reasons you said so, you can walk out wherever you want. I like your take. I really did. I really did.
Shady has left the set.
The reason, though, and is what Shady said, is health. Could you imagine a world where Saquon Barkley goes out there and gets hurt? Trying to get the record. Like we act like 101 yards is easy. It could take him 20 carries to get it. And quite honestly, you're not putting Saquon Barkley out there behind backups. So then you got to play your starting receivers and you got to play your starting offensive line. Look, it's what Nick Sirianni's going to do. I don't know. The thing about Eric Dickerson, he did it in a 15-game season.
I'm gonna sit in my dog's chair.
He did it in 15. Look, he did it in 15 games in a 16-game season. Okay, Saquon is going to have to do it in a 17-game season. So does it matter? Eric did it in 2 less games. You're 101 yards. I don't think they should play him at all.
A lot of records are broken with less games, with more games. Right? We did have a 14-game season. Then we went to a 16-game season, and records were broken. And we don't put no asterisk by them. Listen, man. Saquon Barkley, if I'm his teammates, his offensive line, his quarterbacks, his receivers, I'm looking at Saquon Barkley and I'm saying, hey, dog, let's go get this thing. Let's go get this record, bruh. Right? Injuries can happen anytime in a football game. We don't take the football field thinking that we are going to get injured. We take the football game to win and ball.
Yep.
All right? Hey, bruh, this record been around for a long time. All right? You are a special football player. You are 101 yards away. I know the type of person you are. You probably don't even want the record, Saquon Barkley. We going to get the record for you, dog. I'm playing Lane Johnson. I'm playing Mulata, whatever his name is. All right, we are going out there, and we are going to make sure you get the record. And you know what, Saquon? As a coach, it's going to be a heavy dose of you early in this ball game. Let's try to get it done in the first half so you can rest in the second half. Let's go out there and get this record. It's been here too long. I don't care about the extra game or not. Saquon Barkley, you got a chance to break this thing. As a teammate, let's go. And it's against your former team.
I'll say it quickly. I think they should go for the record mainly because
feel a little different.
Only one
I want Saquon to be etched in history forever. That's really what I want it to be. There's a world where Saquon doesn't win Offensive Player of the Year. There's a world where Saquon doesn't win MVP. There's a world where Saquon doesn't win a Super Bowl. So Saquon could have one of the most marvelous seasons in the history of the National Football League, and we won't mention this record again until somebody else is near eclipsing it. I think Shady said 8 to maybe 9 people in the history of the NFL have gone over 2K. I can't name all of them. I think OJ did it, Dickerson did it, Derrick Henry did it, CJ did it, Saquon's now done it. I can't name them all. Adrian Peterson did it. Which means there is a world where Saquon, you will have one of the greatest seasons ever, but it won't be talked about until somebody else is trying to break it. I think you should go for it. Shady.
Hey, that all sounded good, baby. Listen, Philadelphia, we set records, and Saquon about to set another big-time record. He went for 2,000, but that wasn't good enough. He won 2,100. Eric Dickerson, can you see me with them goggles? Because we coming for you, dog. We coming for your record. I don't care what Chase talking about. We break records. You hating.
Health.
Heat.
Health. He already got 350-plus carries.
And now you the doctor?
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.